It's time. Liverpool vs Real Madrid, the UEFA Champions League final. A chance for Jurgen Klopp's Reds to make themselves legends. The Reds and Real meet at the Olympiyskiy Stadium in Kiev, Ukraine, and the Echo will be there every step of the way to bring you live build-up, updates from the game and all the best reaction and analysis. Pearce and Ian Doyle are in Kiev to see whether Liverpool can win their sixth European Cup. While back in the old Hull Street offices, our team will be working round the clock to ensure you don't miss a thing. We'll have the latest team news ahead of the game, with both Adam Lallana and I'm Workin expected to be fit to take their place on the bench for the Reds. There's no more time for nerves. Alez 1337 injured Liverpool midfielder Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is given a special send-off by Red supporters. 13:25 A couple of his old clubs in action this evening. 13:16 Our modest James Pearce didn't mention he bagged one in the 9-goal thriller 7-2 defeat. The hosts did have Vladislav Vashchuk, a centre-back capped 63 times by Ukraine, in their lineup though. 13:08 Christian Walsh looks at some famous sporting upsets and notes how there have been some far more unlikely results than a Liverpool win tonight. He writes, "Though the Spanish Giants are favourites, there is no doubt what Jurgen Klopp's side are capable of doing to them. Incisive, inventive, intelligent, a blitzkrieg which can leave the opposition dazed, down, defeated. Porto, Sevilla, Manchester City and Roma have all experienced the glandular stung of Liverpool in full flow. Those who make predictions of ease for Real in Kiev do a disservice to the planning and preparation undertaken by Zinedine Zidane and his players. Ex-players and journalists might feel this is a foregone conclusion. One journalist, Diego Torres of El País, affirms Liverpool are not even among the top 10 teams in Europe, but the 12-time winners and current holders are under no illusions. Click here for the full article. Mohamed Salah of Liverpool wears his new boots during a training session at Anfield on May 21, 2018. Image, Andrew Powell, Liverpool FC via Getty Images. 12:57 Can Mohamed Salah outgun Cristiano Ronaldo tonight? 12:50 For those who don't know, that's Prince Harry's former girlfriend Chelsea Davy at last Saturday's royal wedding. Fancy inviting your ex? 12:43 Liverpool supporters enjoy Kiev before the game. 12:34 Jurgen Klopp believes Liverpool are back where they belong, and now they can win it in Kiev. The Reds boss declared, "To qualify for a final, it shows that you are back. To win it, you need a little bit of luck and stuff like that is involved. But we are back. We really don't need the trophy to show how good we are. We have already shown how good we are. Now we have to win the game. We have to continue on this way. Even if you win, you cannot stop. If you lose, you cannot stop. I really like the way we are in as a club, as a team. We feel in a good place. Not in a place to rest or whatever. The boys have been brilliant to get us into the situation we are in now. We have done that together and we go through it together. We don't have to think about a draw too much, or if we lose 1-0 that it will be okay. We only have one thing to think about: how can we win the game? The good thing already is that we know it is possible." Click here for the full interview. Jurgen Klopp and Mo Salah in Kiev ahead of the final. 12-2612, 2312-20 James flying the flag in the media game. He'll be hoping for a better result later. 12:05 Chernobyl tour. Really? I once heard a story about how some Celtic fans draped their flags on some nuclear warheads during a Soviet regime parade in the Cold War era ahead of a tie against Dynamo Kiev, but this is something else. 12 o'clock More youthful fans who are too young for Istanbul. 1151 ECHO videographer Adam Greasley going live from inside the stadium in Kiev. Click here to watch 11:46. Look at all the other big names to have fallen by the wayside. 11:39. There have been too many sad stories like this surrounding tonight's final. Some of the arrangements are a fiasco for loyal supporters. A 75-year-old Liverpool fan who has followed the Reds to every single European final they have appeared in was left in tears after his flight to Kiev was cancelled at the last minute, writes Amelia Bona. Ernie Ashley, from Woolton, has supported Liverpool for 68 years, and tonight's Champions League clash would have been his 13th European final. He said he will now be listening to the game on the radio alone. A longtime friend of the Echo, Ernie says, "I'll be putting the wireless on, my nerves are gone. I'm just so sad that there's a ticket here and there are some good lads that have not got one. I'll live to see another final under Klopp, that's the main thing." Click here for the full story. Liverpool fan Ernie Ashley, 75, who has been left stranded and can't get to the Champions League final in Kiev after his flight was cancelled. Photo by Colin Lane. Image, Liverpool Echo. 11:26. Ian Doyle, a veteran of many a major football final, having a bit of fun there with young Echo newsman Connor Dunn. 11:19. The Liverpool chairman also discusses exceptional Jurgen Klopp in an exclusive interview with the Echo's James Pearce. On Coutinho he says, "I remember one of our supporters saying when we were privileged to become stewards of the club in 2010 that no player is more important than the club, and that has always resonated with me. I think when Philippe was adamant about leaving, it was our job and more importantly Jurgen's job to turn the page, move on and do what we could to continue progressing. Obviously, Jurgen's strategy was successful. We were very fortunate to be able to finally sign Virgil van Dijk. I think he has stabilized the defense for sure and made the players around him stronger. We have moved on and we have progressed. As for Salah, he plays in such a brilliant and joyous way. It's such a pleasure to watch him. I felt the same when I was watching Luis Suarez, someone in their prime who was one of the greatest in the world. We are privileged to be able to enjoy the play of Mo Salah and I believe he's going to be even better next season." Click here for the full interview. Mo Salah hands Philippe Coutinho the ball at the final whistle. 10:57. Support for Jurgen Klopp's boys from Terry Mack. 10:49. Seems like the European Cup gets its own seat on the plane. Wonder if they put a seatbelt around it during takeoff and landing. 10:46. Paul Gorst has been looking at what records Liverpool have broken on their way to Kiev. Here are some of his standout lines. Liverpool have scored the most goals in a single Champions League campaign. There are 2 goals in the 4-2 defeat to Roma in their semi-final second leg, means they have now netted 46 times in this season's tournament. That's one more than the previous record set by Barcelona back in 2000. Liverpool are the first team to have 3 different players score 9 goals in a single Champions League campaign, with Sadio Mane 9, Mohamed Salah 10, and Roberto Firmino 10, racking up a combined total of 29. Sticking with Liverpool's much-vaunted front 3 and Mane, Salah and Firmino have plundered 90 goals between them in all competitions, making them the highest-scoring trio in European football this term. This year's Champions League has seen Liverpool make it to 16 games unbeaten at home in Europe, with 11 wins and 5 draws. Their last reverse at Anfield in continental competition was against Real Madrid in October 2014. Click here for the full article. Sadio Mane, Roberto Firmino and Mohamed Salah during a training session at Melwood. Image, John Powell, Liverpool FC via Getty Images. 10:36. Talking of dead ringers, for those of you who know our very own Ian Doyle, he's a bit older than his Twitter photo suggests. I did a double take when I saw this picture. Artist Guy McKinley turned a few heads in Liverpool city centre as he adds the finishing touches to his Mo mural, in honour of Mohamed Salah. Image, James Maloney. 10:09. Echo columnist Neil Mellor, who played his part in the 2004-05 Champions League campaign, offers some support.